Good morning. I'm Mary, and I just wanted to come to you with a discussion today. Something that I'm not seeing covered on any true crime channel, so I'll cover it. And again, I'm directing this at a politician, an elected senator to the United States Senate, because frankly, I think he's off his rocker. And I'm talking about you, Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders believes that prisoners should have the right to vote, even while in jail. Boy, is he on the wrong side of the law here. Because first of all, according to the law, they're not allowed to vote anymore, and rightfully so. It is my belief that when you choose to commit a heinous crime, that you have severed yourself from the rest of humanity and are locked away for a reason, because you broke one of our laws. In a statement, this is what he had to say, and I'm reading it from my cell phone, so please forgive me. Yes, even for terrible people, because once you start chipping away and you say, well, that guy committed a terrible crime, not going to let him vote, well, that person did that, not going to let that person vote. You're running down a slippery slope, Sanders said, in response to a question about restoring felons' voting rights. First of all, I found that statement to be very disjointed, very broken up. Maybe his thinking process is broken up. In this ever-increasing violent society, where we're having to lock up more people because of heinous crimes, you, Bernie Sanders, are on the wrong side of the law and society's mores. We don't want to give these felons, these prisoners, the right to vote. That's the same way of thinking. That's the true way of standing up for victims and victims' rights. Because the dead have no more rights. They're 6 feet under. So, who does he want to reach out to vote? Chris Watts? Shanann will never have that right to vote again. Bella, Celeste, and the unborn baby Miko will never grow up to have that right to vote. And they had every right to. Devin and Damon Routier, who were killed by their own mother at a very young age, will never grow up to have that right to vote. I guess Darlie Routier is his new constituent. Michael and Alex Smith, who were drowned by their own mother at a very early age, will never grow up and have that right to vote. But I guess he thinks Susan Smith has every right to vote. What slippery slope is he talking about? A case that I brought to the forefront the other day was of a 71-year-old grandfather named Joseph Manca, killed by his own grandchild and friends, he will never get another chance to vote. Ruths Ringer, who was 2 months old when she was found emaciated and frail, will never ever grow up and have that right to vote. She's dead. Her mom, Ruths Ringer, was sentenced to 7 years in prison. We'll see if she'll want to vote when she gets out. Still think that sentence was not long enough. The other day, or yesterday I should say, I targeted Gavin Newsom for his moratorium on the death sentences of over 800 prisoners now currently sitting on death row in his state. One of them, Richard Allen Davis, I guess, is Bernie Sanders' new constituent. Klass, his victim, was 12 years old at the time of her murder. She'll never get the right to vote. Cammarata, whose body was found in a Staten Island storage facility, charred beyond recognition. She was a mother of 3, working 2 jobs to make ends meet. She went to serve divorce papers to her estranged husband, and both he and his girlfriend killed her. Bernie, what are you thinking? Yesterday we heard of the horrific case where a 5-year-old boy named A.J. Freund was killed by his parents. He'll never grow up to get involved in the political process if he chooses to, or to vote. No, he's dead. A 5-year-old boy dead. Many years ago, Dylan Roof walked into a South Carolina church, a place that's supposed to be sanctuary for many, and killed 9 victims. He is presently on death row in Terre Haute, Indiana. Originally, he was thinking about the Boston bomber and addressing him, who killed 3 people. Presently, Tsarnaev is awaiting his death sentence at the Supermax prison in Florence, Colorado. Good luck getting in there, Bernie. It is the toughest prison in our country. No journalists are allowed even near that prison. That is where we send the worst of the worst to be locked away forever in solitary confinement. These are the people that Bernie wants to restore voting rights to. He is on the wrong side of society. People, if you are thinking about making Bernie Sanders your candidate in the 2020 presidential election, well then you are off your rocker. You know, they brought up sex offenders, and they are a truly different class of monster. Because in many of their cases, their victims are still living and still going on with the terror of being assaulted by the most heinous amongst us, who deserve to be locked up for the rest of their life and not put on a sex offender registry. That's a topic for another video. I, in good conscience, who stands up for the victims, could never vote for Bernie Sanders, because the dead can never vote. People, I would like to hear your comments. Again, no politics, you know, that's not what my channel is about. But this is something that no true crime channel has brought up. And I would like to know what your feelings are regarding it. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell. Let's get a good conversation going. And Bernie, you're off your rocker. Have a good day, folks. I plan to also. Bye-bye.